Hello everybody, and welcome back to another Myofascial Release session with me. Today we are doing a 15 minutes Myofascial Release session with a stretch, and the focus will be on the hamstrings, which is the muscle that is behind the thigh. All you need is a myofascial ball and a mat or a nice place to lie down. So see you in a while. Ciao! Let us start by coming to a seated position with the legs extended out. So what we are sitting on the mat with is the sitting bone. Now I want you to lean over towards the left and place the ball under the back of the thigh. That is where the hamstring muscles is. It starts from the sitting bone and then it attaches to the back of the knee. Now, so we're going to place the ball just slightly below the sitting bone, more towards the part where the knee is. Okay, and you start to lean your weight over towards the right. Now, for some of us, you may already feel a sensation here. You don't need to move if you don't feel like moving. You can stay where you are. Okay, otherwise, for some of us, if you like a little bit more sensation, place your hands towards the back and just lean back to relax. As you lean, roll, slowly roll the hips left and right. So you're leaning the weight over to the right and then releasing the weight, so like a massage. Or you can lift the left hip up, ground the left heel down into the floor, and then start to roll. You can move this way, means your right foot is up, roll up and down, or you can just stay and not move. Now, because the hamstring muscle is quite a long muscle at the back of the thigh, we do not just want to work on one area, so we will be moving the ball down all the way until just before the knee joint. Usually we should stay in this point for a slightly longer time compared to the rest, because this part is where the harder connective tissues are, and therefore they are more stiff than the rest of the muscle. Now lean over towards the left and then take the ball, just shift it down the thigh. So maybe this time the middle of the hamstring muscle. By now your right foot or right heel will be off the mat. So you can lean back with the hands and you can start to do what we call cross fibering. So you bring the leg out and you bring it in. Out, in, out, and in. Slow and steady. No rush here. Another option you can do is bring your leg back to center, heel still off the mat. You can point and you can flex. You can point and you can flex. Okay, so take any option that you feel gives you the best squeeze or compression into that muscle. Now bringing back the leg to center if you're doing cross fibering, and shift the ball, lift up, shift the ball. Not on the knee joint, but close to the knee joint. Again, can choose point, flex, cross fiber, or left heel down, lift the hips up, roll. Okay, maybe for some of us, you don't want to move, you just want to rest your right heel down, that's perfectly fine too, okay? Find the option that works best for you. And you will even notice that you're not going to choose the same option on the left side. And if you roll this quite often, you may even notice you don't choose the same option every time either. It depends on how your body feels that day and what your body needs that day. Good, now slowly bring your torso up, lift your torso up, take the ball, and let us do the other side. So at the other side, same thing, gonna lean over towards the right, face the ball, okay? So high up, close to where the sitting bone is, but not on the sitting bone. And same thing, lean your weight onto the ball, maybe lift your right hips off. First option is to stay here, do not move. Second option, you can ground your right heel down, lift the left foot up and roll like this. Okay? We stay here for another 30 more seconds because like I mentioned before, this area has the most thick and hard connective tissues that needs to be released. Good, now lean again over towards the right and bring the ball maybe to the middle of the muscle. And you can choose the option of opening up, closing in, opening up, closing in, cross fibering here. Or you can point and flex, point and flex. If you feel comfortable enough, sometimes you just close your eyes and just observe the sensation. Now bring your torso out, let's shift the ball close to the knee joint but not on the knee joint. Same thing, we can do cross fiber, point and stretch, or again ground that right heel down, lift both hips out and roll. Okay? Alright, now we are done with the myofascial release, so come back up, take the ball, place it to one side, and we're going to come into our stretches right now. So we're going to stretch our hamstring one by one. So we're going to start with the right leg first, extend the right leg out. Your left foot, you can place it into the right inner thigh, or you can also place the left knee on top of the right knee, or you can also place the left foot just outside this way. Okay, most importantly is when you start to lean forward. Now as you lean forward, you can round your spine. That's perfectly fine as long as you feel the stretch just below your thigh where the hamstrings is. As we're gonna stay here for 3 minutes, you do not want to go too deep too soon. You do not want to go into an intense stretch so soon. So take your time to slowly come down and just observe how your hamstring is feeling. If you have to micro bend your knee because the muscle is feeling still very stiff, that is perfectly fine. Go down to any level you can, and using your exhalation, just gently straighten bit by bit. Take your time. Take your time here. We have another 1.5 minutes to go, so we have time. No rush. We are just allowing the body to yield to the stretch. Now slowly make your way back up, taking your time. And let us switch sides. So this time the left leg extends out. And again take your option. Right foot, left inner thigh, right knee on top of left knee, or right foot onto the ground. The main area of stretch is under the thigh, your hamstring, so it doesn't matter what this leg do, okay? The more you can relax in the pose, the more you will benefit from the stretch. So make sure that the area of stretch, which is the hamstring, is not engaged. It has to be completely relaxed. If certain parts of your body have to engage in order to help you to be in the pose, that is perfectly fine. Okay, but the area of stretch, which is under the thigh, which is the hamstrings, should not be engaged. It should be as relaxed as possible so that you can enjoy the stretch. Now let's slowly make an exit out of this pose. And slowly straighten the other knee and let us start to lie down to completely relax in this small Shavasana. If you need to take a longer Shavasana, please go ahead. Otherwise, we have about a minute or so in this one. So close your eyes and completely relax your body. Bring the focus especially to the areas around the hips and your hamstrings. Observe that there is no tension. If you still feel there's a little bit of tension that is lingering in the muscle, just take a nice long inhale. Imagining inhaling fresh and new air into that area. As you exhale, think about exhaling the tension in that area. So by taking a rest after long stretches and after myofascial release, is a chance to let our body receive and observe what we have done in the last 40 minutes. Now take your time, bend your knees one by one, hug your knees to the chest. You can also stay here for a longer period of time if you like to. Rock right and left, right and left. Then turn over to any one side and come up to a seated position. Let's bring the palms together, bring them to the heart center, and gently bow down our heads to conclude this session. Thank you everyone for joining me today in this lovely hamstring session stretch. Open the eyes. Namaste.